Well, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Shobo. Today is Sunday, May 19th, 2024. I've been joined by Dolly Cat. Let's see, do I have a... for whatever reason, I don't actually have the scene. That. Hi. There's Dolly. There's the Dolly Cat. Is she gonna go on the chair? Yes, she's gonna go on my chair. Hi. Hi, baby girl. That's the baby girly. Coming and saying hi. Yeah, hi. Squeak. Squeaking. You squeakers? Yes, she's squeakers. And chirpers. Yeah. So, how are things on this day? Well, 3D printing, I have sales. I have 3 that will be going out tomorrow. At the moment, my order of black filament will be arriving today. My 2 spools that I got that was on sale. There was a sale at the time. Meant waiting an extra couple of days, but it'll be really nice to have the filament come in and having it be cheaper than usual. So, games, game updates. What have I been playing? The usual. Honkai Star Rail, I am in the relic mines. Basically, I am going to be spending an infinite amount of time farming for relics for Harmony Trailblazer at the moment and seeing if anything is, if I get anything better from the other set. Yeah, we'll see about that. We'll see about that. And then Azure Lane posted screenshot on my Discord. I got the ship I've been talking about working on building, the FDG ship. So, yay. I got it sooner than I was expecting to get it. So, huzzah, but just getting it is actually the easy part because now you have to build it, you have to train it, and yeah, that's gonna develop it, and that's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a while. Development is coins, a lot of coins over time to develop. Blueprints too. I had quite a few blueprints. Currently, I think the ship is like at the 20, like around 20 something, early 20s, out of 30 on the development level. And then there's Fate Simulation afterwards, and this is absolutely a ship I'm going to go through and do the Fate Simulation for, which is more development. That's gonna last a lot longer, take a lot longer. Yeah. I should have shaved, and I didn't, and I just completely forgot. So we got stubble today, lots of it. Ah, so that's nice. Now going forward, besides building the ship and training the skills, which is time, strictly time, and like skill books, but mostly the time aspect. Um, Now I'm pushing main story content, just trying to get through as much as I can. Um, yeah, that's basically it. For the research ships, I've restarted uh, mains, mines, whatever, however the hell you say that word. And in order to get that ship at this point, all I need to do is get the Vanguard Ironblood ship experience. 2 million of the experience from fights with the Ironblood Vanguard ships. Yeah, that's going to take a while, and I'm not going to prioritize it as I did with the Ironblood main fleet experience to unlock the ship I was working on unlocking. So, yeah, now I'm going to take my time on the research ships. Just let it passively happen and not go out of my way to farm it at this point, because I do believe that the pushing of the main story should be front and center going forward. I have fleets that are plenty strong enough to clear a lot of the main story content going forward, so that's what I will do. That's what I will do. I will be focusing on that. I am on 10-4. I am working on. I have just done the first clear of 10-4. Well, not really clear. The first completion of 10-4. I need, in order to clear it, you have to complete it multiple times. It's the unfortunate part of Azure Lane, the main missions, is that they require you to beat it multiple times on like each node. And I'm like, really? Why? Why do I have to beat this multiple times to go to the next node? Like, I beat it. Just let me do the next node. Please, for the love of God. But no, you have to beat it multiple times, and this one's like 4, I think, at least. At least 4. And there'll be ones that you have to clear like 5, 6 times plus as you go on. Like, huh? It was annoying having to do it twice and 3 times, let alone 4 and like 5 plus. When you could only do it manually during that period, you have to manually do the fights on the missions. I say manually do the fights. You have to manually pick where you're going to go. You have a chance of being ambushed and airstriked the whole time. It's a little annoying having to do it multiple times with those mechanics in place before being able to then unlock the ability to automatically do the missions, not have any chance of ambushes, etc., etc. So yeah, progress happening in my Azure Lane account. AFK Journey, I am now waiting. I'm at a point in AFK journey where I am in the second area of the fourth chapter of the season. Fourth? It's Crimson Highlands. It's chapter 7 of the game. So I'm in 7-2, and I've gone through the story in that area. Now I have to wait in order to get into the next area, 7-3, and that is going to take waiting to get my levels up. You have to wait for experience to happen, and the amount of time it'll take for the experience to happen at this point will be more than a day. Way more than a day. Like 2 days, I think, is how long it'll take for me. Its experience and its essence, the equivalent seasonal thing of the hero essence. Yeah, because you in order to get into the second area, I had to wait a day anyway to get that proper level, like 150. And then to get into 7-3 is 170. You have to have all your characters be 170. And then to get to the fourth area, the last area, which looks really tiny, unless it's warping you somewhere else. Yeah, to get into the fourth area is going to be requiring level 190. And I'm like, huh. At the moment, no one on my server is even 190. Actually, in my district, because the leaderboard is district based now on that. Yeah, everyone is 181 on like the upper top mega whales leviathans. They're like 181 right now. I'm like just hitting 160 on a couple of characters. Everyone else is 151. And I need to be 170 to get to the next area. And Area 4 will be available at reset today in terms of how long the server has been up requirement. I think it's like 8 days of the seasonal content being live. So that timer will finish today. I'm uncertain how many, if any, in the entire district will be able to actually access that area at that point. If there are, it'll probably be like single-digit number of people. And the thing is, that's the last area of the available map currently available in the season content. It is the final bit of story content that is currently available. She's cute. That's a cutie. Being cutie behind me, licking her paw. So, yeah. There are supposed to be monthly updates. According to the developers, there's supposed to be monthly updates over the course of the season. It's like a 4-month season. So the assumption is that they will add more maps. They have said that there will not be extensions to the existing seasonal progression content, as in my interpretation of that is there will be no more like added additional levels, no additional AFK stages, etc. Like means of making your account stronger. What we have is what we have there, and it will take a long time to get to the end of that progression. But the assumption is that there will be story content that will help to accelerate getting to the end. Because, yeah, does seem like it is cutting off early. And it's really weird that the developers only gave us through this chapter 7, the Crimson Highlands, unlocking the final area after the season has been live for 8 days, when they're not going to add more for an entire, like, 4 weeks. That seems a little strange to me, to make people wait 3 weeks for more content. Because as it stands, with the wait to get the season content to begin with after finishing the base game available content, that wait period was only like at most a week and a half. But between the time that you finished the progression, like completely finished the progression, it's closer to 2 weeks maybe for finishing the map. And that was only because they gave us a boost, a final push boost. So really, like, people would have been finishing like right at the time. If you started like the beginning of the server, like within that first week of the game being live, you could have hit max without any bonuses, I think, around the time that the season launched. Or you would hit max around the time the season launches. 42 days after the server being live. Hello, welcome, good morning. I'm ranting. So I think that progression was built to be fine, but I don't think that this is. That the seasonal content is built are okay. I think that they really dropped the ball with the season. Just in general, they dropped the ball with the season content and its rollout. And I think a lot of people are going to be bored until the next content update, the major content update that they say is supposed to be monthly, but we'll find out. I mean, we're 1 week in ish. I mean, technically, what? It's 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since the first server launched the expansion. Has it even been 2? No, it hasn't. It was the 10th. So since the 10th, it hasn't even been 2 weeks. And there are people who have finished the map content. And there is a wait timer on an additional, like, event, seasonal thing, a separate seasonal progression thing that they announced that's supposed to be available for these things called magic charms. The whole magic charm system isn't even available yet. And you need to be pretty high up in the AFK stages to even unlock that. But the map progression doesn't get you anywhere near the AFK stages you need to be for the magic charm system. Which is odd. It seems incomplete. It is incomplete. I don't know why they said that they were going to have monthly updates when clearly it needs to be sooner than that, at least for this first one, because there is not enough map content in this season at this point in time. If those areas weren't done yet, they shouldn't have released this season. Until they were. Anyway, that's that rant. Let's get into game. The cat is on the chair. Yes, Miss Dolly. Mrs. Dolly is behind me. And she's comfy now. She's comfy. Comfy kitty. All draped across the back of this chair. I was looking for this chair, by the way. Yesterday, I wanted to look for potentially a replacement chair because this one's getting old and creaky, rickety. It is very old and creaky and rickety and wearing out. They don't make this version of the chair anymore, which is extremely frustrating. It is extremely frustrating. This chair, very specifically, I had to lift the thing up, turn it upside down to get the model number on it. It's a Certa, model number 40916. Model 40916. It is a big and tall chair, heavy duty, but the specific thing about it, besides being heavy duty, is that it is a fabric. It is fabric material, not fake leather. It is fabric. Like a corduroy type of fabric, to be specific. It's got all those lines of fabric. They don't make this anymore. And wouldn't you know it, it doesn't seem like a single, proper big and tall chair exists on the market right now that is fabric. They're all leather. They're all like fake leather chairs. Not a single one is fabric. For big and tall. With a tall back. Big tall back with a, a large enough back headrest for the cat to sleep on it. I sort of need a chair that's big enough on the back for a cat to sleep on it. A big cat to sleep on it. Just like this. It needs to be just like this. And unfortunately, they don't make them like this anymore. And the reason for it to be fabric and not leather is cats have claws. Cats have claws. So, I can't have fake leather material on a chair. I have one. I have a Lazy Boy big and tall chair that is leather, fake leather-ish. It's out in the living room area at another desk. It's all ripped to shreds. It's all ripped to shreds at this point. Because the cats do this. They do this. It's also smaller. The head is smaller on it. And I didn't like that too much, but I was using that chair when they were kittens, and they did this as kittens, and they got bigger, and yeah. I eventually switched the chair because it got destroyed. It's still usable, it just doesn't look good anymore. We have to have like a throw over it. It's like, I'd rather not have to use like a big towel over the whole thing. I mean, this chair, I do sit on a towel on the seat. I don't want one like going all the way down the back, just to try to protect it, and that's not even going to fully protect it because the claws are long. They'll go right through and damage the thing. So yes, the back of the chair must be big enough to fit the cat. A cat, one of two. Because they're not both gonna fit, not anymore. Ollie, I don't know, he's somewhere else. Sleepies. Yes, baby girl. He's probably in the den behind me, sleepy. But we got the dolly today. She's here. Comfy. She's comfy. So, yeah. Unfortunately, a chair like that simply does not exist. I need a chair that can support at least 300 pounds. Bare minimum. And it needs to be tall backed. I am 6 feet tall. I need a tall back chair because I need to be able to like rest my head, lean back, rest my head on it. And it needs to be a big enough headrest for the cats to drape across, because they're going to want to do that anyway. Like, no matter what I do, if I get a new chair, they will try to do this on it immediately. And they need to be comfy. So, yeah. That is a requirement. And they just don't make this chair anymore. This specific model hasn't been made for a long time. I think we got this chair 2006. Maybe a little after that. Maybe a little after that. It's been a while. It has been some time. That we've had this particular chair. That was not 2006. I think it was more like at least 09 or 10 or 10 maybe, or maybe 11. Might have, God, I don't really remember all that much. Might have been 11 or 12. I don't really remember if we had this chair at that point. Well, the thing about this chair lasting so long is I didn't use it when I was away in college and for both undergrad and for my master's degree. In my undergrad, I only was in it in the summer months. And in university for the master's, I didn't use it. I was out of town for 5 years. Yes, it took me 5 years to get my master's degree. But I wasn't here for like using this chair for a long time, and it wasn't used really by my mother. Because it's too big for her. It's way too big for her. Anyway, so I would expect that a chair like this model chair, to cost in the $300 to $400 range. Generally speaking, I would expect this chair to be like $300+ chair, at least. For an upholstered executive style office chair. Just fabric, not leather. There was a chair that sorta came close to what I need, but it's not big enough. I really have only looked on Amazon at this point, but you know, between Serta and Lazy Boy as options, because that's the two chairs that we have right now. Anyway, last time we met, I finished destroying the like main bus factory, And so now we get to move on here in Factorio as we work towards getting into, eventually, Pi 2. So, we need to start today by planning out Pi Science 2. We have some work to do from stuff that was on the bus. There are a few things that were on the bus that we did not move yet, so we'll have to rebuild that, but those items, generally speaking, are going to be part of progression into automated Pi Science 2 anyway. Yeah. Yeah, I learned the hard way that I really do need a big and tall chair a few times. I learned the hard way at least twice. At least twice, if not 3 times. I think it was 2. I broke 2 chairs. Just because of my weight. In like, within the first 6 months of owning the chairs. Because I was too big for the chairs. Both the, like, racing style chairs that just could not support my weight at the time when, yes, I was a lot heavier than I am now. And as I am now, I could fit in some smaller chairs. Somewhat smaller chairs, but I've sort of gained back a lot of the weight that I did end up losing. I've gained back like over half of the weight that I lost at the moment. Some of that was fine, because I didn't really feel healthy at my lowest weight, but I am above where I want to be. I am quite above where I want to be. I want to be, I'll give it to you in kilos, because I know most of the folks here are European. I want to be at 100 kilos. I want to be about 100 kilos. Which is about 220-ish pounds. A little over that, but, you know, in that range, 220 pounds. I was lower than that. I was 189 point something pounds. And at that weight, I did not feel healthy. Yeah, I'm slightly shorter than that. I'm 6 foot flat. I say flat, but I think it's technically 1/4 of 1 inch above 6. So 6, for all intents and purposes. All right, let me think. Distractions. Let's see, we got that, we got that, we got that. We need that. Need casing, so we need Corlex. We need good alien samples with primers. DNA polymerase. The microfiber. The formamide. Arcod. Venom. You want? Oh, that. Arcod honey as well. Flavonoids from Yadles. Oh god, I have to actually set up Yadles. Oh no. It's gonna be ever so slightly frustrating. That's the one. And we need Zipier. Eggs. Yes. Need those too. So we need Zipier. Adults, at least enough to put into the reproductive centers for the eggs. We need Yadles crafted. We need Arcods crafted with consistent production. And we need Corlex for casing. Yay. Lot of alien life stuff. There's also cytostatics here, which will need sea sponges. So we also need sea sponges. So let's see. Sponges, Arcod, Corlex, Zipir, Yadles. That's a few new things. And all those new things are going to need cDNA. And we need the retrovirus on the network as well. So retrovirus is something that was on my main bus that we have made that I will need to remake with a slightly different recipe on the trade network. And as I said, I didn't do it before destroying the main bus because it's necessary for progression into the next science level anyway. Same with cDNA, which we will probably have to work on first. First should be cDNA, so that I can make the first creatures here. We also need artificial blood. So we need cobalt processing and rare earth ore processing for all of that. Now I need it on the trains, not the bus. I'm gonna keep confusing bus and trains. I had cDNA on my bus, not really like on the belts of the bus, but I had some production of it in that area. But I need it on my trains now. Consistent production of cDNA on trains, consistent production of the retrovirus on the trains, and all that other good stuffs. Let's see. Yadles. We'll need poor alien samples brought in, as well as biosamples brought in. And the spores, we can now switch to that one on the Yadles. Yadles. And we need moss gene samples, of course. Some of this stuff I could probably grab from in here. So this mess. Yeah, I emptied out my inventory. Oh, God, there's so much stuff. Yeah, so I have some cDNA available. And moss gene samples. I'll need the codices. Yeah, and there's like bus stuff that, or mall stuff that was made on the bus that I've switched over. So now I'm making rails here and the signals, but I had to import a couple extra things here, the treated wood and the solder. I do need codices, yes. And I'm making the automation science in the mall simply for ease of access, since I needed it before I put it on the trains. There's some stuff that's going to be like directly made in the mall, primarily for ease of access. Let's see, I need you. So there is an issue that I've noticed, and that is I'm not getting circuits in my mall. Something has potentially broken. What are you missing? That's batteries. Oh, the batteries are moving. Huh. I don't happen to have the, nope. Dang. That's at the next tech level. Yeah, Farming Simulator, I played the one that they gave out on Epic Game Store for free. That was the, what was it, 2019 version? Which version was that? It's the one before the current one. And I played it for a bit, and I got bored of it. Yeah, they gave away Farming Simulator for free on the Epic Game Store. Yeah, it's not 22, it's the version before that, which I think was 19. The base version. And I think that the current version, at least at one point, was available on the Xbox Game Pass. I think it was on Game Pass for PC. I think I tried it out. I didn't really like it. I don't like being put on a timer, so I don't really like the season stuff at all. When you need a search. Yeah, it was Farm Sim 19. I have 148 hours on Farm Sim 19. That was given out for free on Epic a while ago. It was a while ago. Way more than a year. There should, at somewhere online, be a timeline of which games the Epic Game Store has given out for free over time. I've unfortunately missed a couple, or maybe more than a couple, particularly during holiday time when they give out like one a day. Yeah, I missed a couple of those one year. By the way, you can pick up Dragon Age Inquisition Game of the Year Edition for free right now on Epic. I already owned it, but I owned the base game, not the quote-unquote Game of the Year Edition. So, there's at least that. Hey, there's circuits. Finally. Oh, they're gonna bring them all to me. That's slightly annoying. How about not do that? I'll find them in my boxes over here, because I should have 2K in one of these boxes. There should be circuits. Yeah, there's 2,000 circuits in here. That's the ones that need to sit in my inventory for my own use. Yeah, and I picked up all of the infrastructure that I could find in those boxes. I probably missed a few things, but I grabbed the infrastructure. Okay, so first things first is CDNA. And the stuff to make the CDNA. Yeah, because we do need it for things. So I'll need a retrovirus, I'll need moss genes available on trains, ideally. Am I even making... No. The problem with moss gene samples is, yeah, that. Petri is glass. I'm making plasmids, not enough. I'm making biosamples, not enough. This is more Petri dishes. God, there's just so much here. Yeah, we have a pretty long list of things because we need to do the REO, rare earth oxide production chain. That's going to need sulfuric acid. The cytostatics. You need, yeah, fertilizer. Need formamide. Formamide loops methanol. That's this right here. Unfortunately, Factory Planner does not show the matching input-output because it's 0. But there is a methanol in, methanol out. It's 1-to-1. It's a catalyst. Yeah, we need microfiber from fiber. DNA polymerase. Primers. Good alien samples. Casing. What's that? What's that thing? Was the Paragen, right? Yes, and Decalin. Artificial blood. Cobalt. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna suck not having this tech. To get cyanic from meat and urea from blood. Oh, what's also gonna suck is this! Yadles. Yadles gonna suck. Just a bit. Why do I say that? Because they are just gonna suck. I'm coming off of a playthrough of PyBlock where Yadles are free. They are just free. You put down a botanical nursery and they will create Yadles from nothing. They just make Yadles. They are free. In the iteration of PyBlock that I played for that series. So now we have to actually build Yadles now. Oh, goodness. Do I need yes. That is the answer. Yes, I do need that. I need to place these. How many moss pack farms do I have over here? I need to place these. I will absolutely not import moss into a moss gene sample factory. Stupid keyboard. I need a new keyboard as well. It's like a note. I also need a new keyboard. For a very long time, my spacebar has been wacky. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, that makes sense. So each of these sets makes 15 per second. Yeah, this is 30 per second total. Only 30 per second total. So, yeah. Should I just do it here? That might be the plan. Yes, as always. Too low by a tile. Alright. I need Petri, agar. Oh, yes. One more. Alright. That's that. So another bit of controversy lately in AFK Journey that's been popping up outside of, like, all of the other firestorm regarding lack of rewards in the new seasonal content that has been updated and changed and improved after a lot of people got refunds and chargebacks for the money that they've spent in the game. The next thing that people are angry about, or are questionable about, they're questioning the validity of the posted gotcha rates. So, you know, the game is all about collecting characters through random chance pulls. It is a gamble. There is a pity, so you know that what the maximum that you can spend, there is a max spend, which I think is fine. It has a right to exist, as it is. They need to be, they are required by law in many countries in order to operate in those countries, aka in the EU. In order to operate there, they sort of need to post what the chances are of winning. You know? They sort of need to do that. As a matter of law. So they have posted rates. But the question has been, because they have a pity mechanic, are the posted rates inclusive or exclusive of the pity timers? As in, does the pity matter for those rates? Are the posted rates the true rates for each individual pull outside of the pity pull? Or is it the average rate over infinite trials, basically, which includes all of the pity timers that you would ever get as number of pulls approaches infinity? These are very different numbers. These two things are different numbers. If pity is inclusive, if it's inclusive of pity, then the number is higher than it would actually be for each individual pull by a considerable margin. And people are beginning to question this because they are starting to accrue enough pulls. Unfortunately, the game does not have a built-in pull history, so you have to, like, manage this yourself. But it is getting to a point where people are starting to think that they're either getting astronomically unlucky or the rates are not the true rates. And what's ended up happening is customer support has been asked this question at this point, and the response is that it is the true rate. That does not include pity. A representative of the company itself has said that these rates do not include pity. In my experience, I cannot say one way or the other, because I have not been excessively unlucky. But we've also got a person who's come up with a simulation program that shows that, yeah, they would be like in the bottom 1% of their luck if the rates were the true rates as posted, given their actual history versus the theoretical of what it should look like over 5 million polls. And of course, there's a lot of people who are on Reddit who are there to complain about their luck being bad. So there is a bit of a bias of people who are unlucky in general being more likely to complain, people who are hyper lucky being more likely to gloat, and you sort of lose all of the folks in between. You lose everyone in between. So the point is, we don't really know with any certainty how it's actually been handled. What we do know for certain is that if they have lied, that's a problem. A very legal problem. And if the pity is included when they said that it's not, that is like even a broader legal issue that could get them like straight up removed from sale in certain countries because they need to disclose that information. If it is the cumulative probability, that needs to be disclosed as a cumulative probability. Because as stated, it does not say that it is a cumulative probability, meaning that it is the probability on each individual poll. As stated. Oh yes, hey. Hello. We got, that's not the one. That's the one. Hi. We got Mr. Cat. He's here. Hello. Hello, Ollie. There's the boy. There's the boy. Yes. Headbutts. So now we got both of the babies. Hello, both of my babies. How you doing? Got both the babies here. Yes, we got both of the babies now. Hello, Ollie. How's Ollie? That's Ollie Cat. Grocery store yesterday, yet again, did not have the usual dinner that we give them. So we had to, I had to figure something else out. Some other flavor, and at this point, pray that they would, in fact, actually eat it. I got a variety. I got multiple different flavors, so that ideally, they would have, like, at least one of them. And then I'll know. So what they ended up eating last night was a can of just chicken pate. Plain chicken pate. Now what they usually get is salmon and shrimp pate. From Fancy Feast. They get Fancy Feast for their breakfast and their dinner. The breakfast is fish and shrimp, flaked fish and shrimp. Because the flaked fish and shrimp happens to be, like, not super ultra processed. It actually looks like pieces of fish and shrimp. You can actually tell what it is when you open up the can. Yeah, that it is in fact shrimp and fish inside of the can. So that's nice, and they like that for breakfast. I tried giving it to them for dinner. They don't so much like it for dinner as well. They very much like the shrimp, specifically salmon and shrimp that I give them for dinner. Dolly Dolly specifically, she's picky. Ollie, he'll eat basically everything. He turns his nose a little bit at the Fancy Feast chunky chicken. So I do try to avoid lately the chunky chicken, but yeah, she'll somewhat eat the chunky chicken. But they got regular chicken. They ate the regular chicken. They ate it. They cleaned their bowls. So now I know standard chicken pate. The thing that Dolly's not liking lately, for whatever reason, is gravy. Anything in gravy, both of them, they're not going for it anymore. They used to love it. They used to only like things with the gravy in it, but now they're like, I don't like it anymore. Now they just refuse to eat anything that's gravy in gravy. So no chicken in gravy at all. If they got chicken in gravy, they won't eat it. They just won't eat it. Pretty sure there's a salmon and shrimp in gravy. Won't eat it because it's in gravy. Yeah, no, because they just walk away. They don't even try. They just sniff it and walk away. They just refuse. They simply refuse. Now it's grooming time, apparently. So it's been odd trying to find other flavors that they'll eat. They don't like turkey. They don't really go for the beef. She loves shrimp. If it has shrimp and not gravy, she'll eat it. Regardless of what other stuff is included, if it has shrimp, she wants it because she wants shrimp. And I have to get like shrimp treats as well, because she'll go for the shrimp treats. She just likes shrimp. She loves shrimp. Anyway, we got that done. This will still need the retrovirus. Let's have a look-see at it. Oh, yeah, that stuff. I don't happen to have... Oh, I do. Okay. Sweet. Oh, that's a thing that I have. This changed because of the pressure pumps changing. Used to be 1-to-1 DDC to pressure pump, but now it's not because they made pressure pumps better. Now to make the DDCs better and every other building better, just in general. Anything else that... Does this need to be at a source of Omnite? No. So that's nice. And hey, we've got space now to expand. We have space to expand. So let's start building in here and in here and over here. Yeah, that sounds like a pretty good idea. So, free games. Speaking of free games, I mentioned the other day that Electrician Simulator was being given out from Amazon Prime free games that you only get if you're subscribed to Amazon Prime. They had Electrician Simulator unlocked on Epic, and I got around to trying it out. It's okay. It's okay. It abstracts a lot for a simulator. For what they call a simulator, it does abstract a lot. for the sake of the gameplay, but you really aren't gonna learn much from it. If you want to try to think of it as a learning platform, it is definitely not a learning platform. I mean, you could say the same about any simulator game, for that matter. But let's just say I feel like I learned a lot more from, like, Car Mechanic Simulator about cars than I have with this one about electronics. Just, you know, like home electric systems. It's also a small game. It's not even a full price game. It's pretty small. There's not a lot of mechanics in it. Just doesn't really feel like a complete game, to be honest. Hey, big boy. Yeah. Yeah, there's that big baby, all comfy. There are 2 of those. That's a few of these. Hello? These? That's 18. Gonna need a few inputs here. We need petri dishes, agar, steel for out cocoons, lab instruments, glassware, and gasoline. And that's it. And what's there is fine, but it's a little abstract, a little easy, at least for me. It has both a like household side, installing outlets and light fixtures part, as well as a microelectronics aspect on a workbench. You can take jobs to fix gadgets as well as to do home installation stuff. But the home installation stuff is only, gosh, it's replace light bulbs, it's install outlets, and like run wires to outlets and to light switches, and like install light fixtures for lights. That's the whole of the, like, electrician content in Electrician Simulator. You just click to run lines for the cables. You could put little boxes, electric boxes with the outlet or the switch where you need to put them. You could put light fixtures anywhere and just connect the lines. Just connect the dots, basically, with the lines. You don't have to, like, drill the holes to put the electric boxes into. You don't have to screw them in to do, like, new work screws. As far as I'm aware, there's no, like, old work installations. Or there, it's all old, excuse me. It's all old work installations. It's not new work installations. As in, it's all on finished walls to install stuff, not pre-finished walls where you're actually installing the light boxes into the joists on the walls. So, yeah, part of it is because I know how much is being cut out. That's like pulling me out of the experience a bit. Because I know the work involved in even something as simple as installing a new outlet. And all the outlets are European outlets, by the way. There's no US outlets. They're all of a European style, but they use the game's own color coding system for the wires. I don't think that there's any, that it's part of a standard on their color codings. They do, at least they make that part up, but the actual like outlets seem to be a European style with those two great big prongs. Very different from the US ones. Oh, I need a compressor. Oh no, I need iron and steel. Oh, iron and steel. Compressor. What else do I need for compressor to compress? Where is compressor? There. Titanium. There you go. And we need Wawa. Always need Wawa. Hi, looking at me, Mr. Cat. Why are you sitting? What you thinking about, Mr. Kitty? Then don't even get me started on the level of abstraction that they've done on installing the cables. It's like, yeah, nah. Cables are like the hardest part. And yet they made it like super trivially easy to run lines. Like they're like not even in the walls or the ceilings and floors. Like, huh? Why did you make it that easy? It makes no sense. Like, beyond trivially easy. Like, this is not simulator. I would not call it a simulator. It's not even close to being even remotely related on specifically the actual electronics work for like housework. But then again, realistically speaking, what else is there on housework besides installing lights and outlets and like fuses in a fuse box, circuit breakers in a breaker box? And even that in the game is like you just put the breaker in the breaker box You just slot it in. You don't do any of the wiring. None of the wiring in the breaker box is part of the game. None of that is part of the game. Like, okay. They gave us the most tedious, or the most common work only, without any of the complexity at all, which is part of the point of a simulator, is to bring in some of the complexity. And yet they didn't. Now, the microelectronics part of it, I'd say is a bit stronger. It's a bit better. Not fantastically better, but still a bit better on the electronics, microelectronics part. That's a little bit more engaging. You actually get to completely disassemble gadgets and like, you have different tools. You have a multimeter to test the different parts of circuit boards to see what needs to be replaced. You desolder them, replace them. Now there are definitely abstractions, because this is something I have done. I have done Game Boy Color repair and modifications for consoles that I've sold. Can you move? Oh. It's like stuck in place. This stand, by the way, is broken. No, I can't sell this stand. It's a little busted, but I wanted to display the yellow, so yeah. It's got glue residue on the bottom. It was sticking. But yeah, you know, console modding, like installing new shells and fixing the buttons and all that good stuff, installing new screens, bright screens. I've done this type of replacement. I've done soldering work. I know how much has been left to the ashes of abstraction for gameplay purposes. It's not so easy to just click a multimeter on a individual part and know whether or not it's working. It's not that simple a lot of the time, because the pieces are in sequence. And you have to find the root cause of a sequence. One thing may not work because something else doesn't work, and the item itself may be fine. So that's a little unrealistic just to click on a individual part with your multimeter and immediately know whether or not that part actually works. And then of course the replacement of the parts. Oh goodness, yeah. A, good luck finding a replacement microchip, and B, it's not just gonna immediately arrive. That's the other bit of weirdness. It's like there's no aspect of having to wait for shipments for things either. It's like, okay. Eh. Eh. Just overall, a bit too much abstraction. What? Steel. We go. That will be retrovirus. Now there is a DLC for, I think it's smart devices is what they called the DLC. And it's relatively cheap and on sale with Epic's store sale right now. Cause yeah, by the way, Epic has their like store sale right now, big store sale. So might be something to think about, but honestly, I think that the mechanically the game is pretty weak. Overall, I don't think it's worth actually spending money on, to be completely honest. Because I've played several simulator games, including PC Building Simulator, which I haven't had two. I haven't tried two yet. I've only played one. And yeah, in PC Building Simulator, you do have to wait for your parts to arrive. And it does have some level of abstraction, but nowhere near this level. It does simulate a lot. And it does really actually teach you how to build a computer. Minus the nitty-gritty of the wiring. At least in PC Building Simulator 1. Maybe in 2 they improved that, but definitely from the themes, general aspects of assembly. Yeah, you can learn. You can use that as a platform for learning. Again, minus the exact nitty-gritty details of the wiring. Specifically of like front panel wiring from your case to your motherboard. That can be a little daunting. A little bit of an issue. They are a bit finicky. Oh boy. So I didn't end up putting a locomotive down, so let's do that. Need to limit that wagon. Oh, hi. I ran out of fuel in my personal locomotive. Now you're good. Just waiting on the glass empty petri dishes. That's going to be the biggest bottleneck on everything, I think, is those empty petri dishes. Oh, those stupid things. Just glass stuff in general for a good while. Otherwise, I think that's it. I can just do the thing now. Need to define metro. And I need to define the Moss gene. And yes, they did fix it. It is Moss gene sample and not Moss gen sample. All right. Next. Booger. It's almost break time. Game is running so much smoother now. By the way, you'll note that we're over 100 UPS here while streaming it. When I initially emptied my inventory after finishing the deconstruction, right after last stream ended, and I stopped streaming, I was at 3x. It was at 180s. I was like, wow, actually 3x. It's supposed to be 5, but I'll take what I can get. All right. cDNA. Oh, booger, where? Oh, that's my alarm indicating that I am now halfway through today's stream. I need to copy that. Paste down here. That should be 10 and 3. To feed 1. Huzzah, there we go. With that, it's time to take a brief break. I will be back in a few minutes to do all the logistics work for this cDNA factory, and then we get to move on to other things. We'll see what I decide is next. Going forward, there's a pretty long list of stuff, not all of which is biotic based. So, see you in a few minutes. I have returned. Welcome back. Cats have repositioned. They've repositioned. because I got up. But yeah, they're still here. They're still with me. Both of the babies today. A rarity. An absolute rarity. Getting both of the cats with me together while streaming. Oh boy. Yes, oh babies. Yes. Mr. Cat just wants to get on my lap, but the microphone is in the way. Yeah, it's in the way. He's too big. He's too big to be here with the microphone. All right, we're building out cDNA. Existent cDNA. It does not really matter how much I get. It just has to be existent for now. For now. We will not be needing consistent cDNA until we start needing to make this, do this recipe, which is going to be a while. I don't remember. We will, I think, need anti-tumors at some point. But yeah, we'll need it for growth factor eventually. Point is, we don't really need it now consistently in a particularly high volume. We simply need amounts, existent amounts, in order for creatures to be created. Wow, it finally made one codex. Cool. One, two, three, 4 belts of input. Yeah. That's a thing. Four belts even of input. So let's see. We need the agar and petri dishes. We need the retrovirus plasmids, the moss gene samples and biosamples, basic substrate lab instruments, and glassware. He's left me. Oh boy. He's given up. Hate when that happens. That's better. This is whatever. Retro. Iris. Moss gene. Biosamples. Plasmid. Laboratory instruments. Basic substrate. Glass. Where? Oh. Boy. I think that's fine from a throughput perspective. All right. Supply the cDNA. One stack at a time. It's still going to take a really long time to get that stack. I'll place this rail here. And then we have to decide what comes next. Ideally, something actually new. This is up. Oh, right, it's at the very end. Yeah, always amusing. Off. Sarcastic, always amusing how that works. Wish it didn't work that way, but oh well. Because the entire capital alphabet is coded above the lowercase alphabet. So when you have an alphabetized list, you're going to get everything that is capitalized appearing above everything that is not capitalized. Rather than have it be paired. So rather than having the lowercase letter at the after the capital version of the letter, you have to actually scroll through the whole list of all the capital letters before you start seeing all the lowercase ones. Oh. Sliding. I am sliding down the chair a little bit. Repositioning. Repositioning. Ah, that's a little better. This might need to be a little repositioned too. God, come on. Come on down here just a little bit. It's my girly. It's the girly back there. Comfy kitty. Comfy dolly. She wanted lots of attention today. Okay. Well, because we sort of have to wait for this cDNA to happen, and we can't really do any of the other creatures that need the cDNA to make them until after we have the cDNA to make them, we need to do something that is not biotic based next, which, or at least, is easy enough to make without needing any other biotic things, the new biotic things. So our options are things like microfiber, formamide, and fertilizer. Fertilizer's in here. And Decalin. And then there's the rare earth oxide chain into cobalt. That eventually feeds into the artificial blood through Flutec PP6 and cobalt fluoride. I think we need to do the rare earth oxides. So here's the thing about the rare earth oxides. Rare REO. Rare dash earth oxides. How much naphtha do I need? I also need sulfuric acid. That's a lot. Reminder that this chain is a productive chain, so you'll get increasing output once you have access to productivity modules. Yes, it is 1-to-1 ore to oxides. We're gonna make that 5, at least for now. Okay, we will need naphtha in order to process this from Omnite. 50 units of naphtha. It is a 10-to-1. Oh joy, oh bliss. Okay. Under normal circumstances, you would consider potentially converting raw gas, but we're not going to need to do that at all in this entire playthrough. So instead, what we're going to have to do is the normal way of getting naphtha, light oil refinery, high distillates. So let me see here. This will be done out of crude oil, which can be obtained through Omniston. So we'll just import Omniston, import gasoline, and that's our naphtha for the refining rare earth ores from crude rare earth ores. Otherwise, let's see, we will need to have access to 175 sulfuric acid. Oh god, I have to do peroxide. That sucks. Okay. I hope... Actually, could I acid gas? Could I acid gas? I think I have to acid gas from refined syngas. Boogers. I have to acid gas refined. Yeah. So it's a blend of two. What's this all about? The water. Because making refined syngas produces acid gas as well. So this is a methanol plus syngas plus sulfur equals sulfuric factory. Now we can get sulfur directly from Omnite. But we'll have to get that methanol and that syngas at that level of scale. That is actually big. What's going on here? Huh. Yeah, that's just gonna be what it is. Alright. So, methanol. Well, methanol is, unfortunately at this moment in time, gonna need to be made out of... Ooh. Made out of zinc and copper, but I want to look at this. How much... is that really? Yeah, that's a lot. That is a lot. All things considered. So we could do this. It's quite a bit of syngas, but syngas is easy to scale, so I can do that pretty easily. And that makes 150. I need 175. Boogers. I'll need a lot more syngas production, but... and more copper, I think, as well. I think I got the zinc for this, but anyway. So what do I need? A lot of gas processing units. What do I need for GPUs? Where do those even exist? Here. Tin. And nichrome. So all of my nichrome is in these boxes. I'm not making the nichrome right now. Should be one of the early boxes. Here, 1.8K nichrome. And that makes 26. 3 more. What was it lacking? Steel. And then I needed more rectisols. Rectum sols! 5 more of those, and a lot more chem plants. Duralumin, lead, copper. That's 3 of those, and then another 11 of these. Odd I didn't have additional chem plants. Hold up, I just saw a... yes, I saw those. It's like odd I didn't pick up a lot more chem plants, so there may be additional infrastructure in this mess that I'm missing. Like that. Looking for buildings. Yeah, I should probably grab the robots. thought I had grabbed all of the infrastructure, but maybe not. I mean, there's a whole bunch of like the Omni tractors that I haven't picked up yet from in here, but I don't need them right now. That's a lot of depots. I want those. I like deposits. I have 110 now. I have 110 of these things sitting in my inventory, ready to go. They do wonderful things for me. Yeah, little surprised that I don't have a lot of the thingies. Oh, that's a lot of voiding. Hello. Hello. That's a lot of voiding infrastructure. Yes, please. Yeah, and the steam engines in particular are useful infrastructure for buildings. I need them to create buildings, a lot of buildings. So that's why I sort of hold on to these things. It's to help speed up the process of building things. Okay, that all being said, this needs a source of Omnite. Ideally, I'm not going to build anything in here. I think we're fine, actually. I just do worry a little bit about traffic. All right, what do we need to import here? We need to import copper and zinc, as well as syngas. And that's it. It's fine. See, it's fine. This is not the way that we will get sulfuric acid in the long term. It is simply the initial amount that I need to get by, and a very transitional amount. Loader time. And yes, I am making refined syngas in other locations, but I need the byproduct to offset. See, I'm making refined syngas over here where I am processing niobium plates, making niobium plates. Where we just basically copy pasted from the mall, or from the bus. We copy pasted from the bus pretty much the wholesale build for processing niobium, and it includes making refined syngas local. So yeah, technically doing it, voiding the acid gas here, but I don't care. We'll just make more. What I will be needing is are the empty methanol canisters, and I don't believe I have any on me right now, so I'll need to grab some aluminum. Which I'm not bringing to my mall quite yet. All right, 6 of these. Let me see. I do have to decide as well. Actually, no, I use all of this stuff. Oh, never mind. I was about to say, I have to decide if I want to throw the extra refined syngas. There is no extra. Okay. 0.6 up to 0.6 each on these. We will need outputs. There's that. Oh, goodness. Right. And then I need the entire infrastructure for the sulfur. Okay. Big sigh. Where? Oh, where? It's about time I built a specific thing for this. Okay. Boogers. So this doesn't work. Why, hello. Ollie has joined me again. He's going to the window. Yeah, what's outside, Mr. Cat? What's out there? You looking? What do you see out there? Is there a snake out there? What do you see? See the birdies? There's birdies. There actually was a snake out there good while ago. No, don't go for my light. You're looking like you're going for my light. Hey, daba, grabbing me. Hey, Mr. Ollie. Hey, no, don't look up. He's looking. He's looking. He's looking. He's looking. He's grabbing. Unhook. Booger. Unhook. Get over here. Booger. What are you doing to my light? What's your brother doing to my light? Huh? What's he thinking? What's he doing? Grooming? Grooming? Why do you want to groom now? Yeah, a while back there was a snake outside the window against the fence. Good sized one. Not venomous snake, but still pretty good size snake. Pretty thick and long. Like, oh, that's a big snake. That'll do. Now what are you digging? You're digging? What are you digging? Daba? What's under? What's under there? Huh? You going exploring? You're exploring the depths? Yes, you can explore the depths. Hey, what are you grabbing? What are you grabbing? You grabbies? Yeah. Oh, he's under. He's under now. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Comfy. Comfies. Shake. Shake, shake, shake. So in case you couldn't tell, Ollie Cat. Ollie is a burrower. He's a digger. He will go under the covers, goes digging for gold under the covers. He'll go underneath these on stuffs. Want to get one of those like one of those beds that is completely enclosed, just to go inside of it, because he'll go in paper bags, boxes. He likes being fully enveloped. Yeah, so I got picture of you under the covers, sleepies. All right, what are we thinking here? So I will need enough for 7.5. So I need 2 more. 2 more. There. Now we do that. Also, how much? Okay, we are less than 15. On the line. Is that a recipe that I have access to? Where are you looking? No. I said don't know. Ollie. Down, boy. Down, kitty. We do not have the stacking. Focus. Hocus focus. Yeah, no stacking of sulfur. It's red. That sucks. Oh well. I need this. Times another. So that's 15 of a 7.2 per second output item. So some of the more advanced stuff. We're looking at sulfur, we're looking at oil sands, nexolite, moly, the crude rare earth ore, omnitraction is a 7.2, phosphate rocks, neo, and it looks like that's it for this moment in time. All the rest is 9.9. So anything that is 7.2 would need to use this. I'm not going to oil sand. I am not going to oil sand at all. But yeah, definitely crude rare earth ore, we will use it for that. That is a certainty. Which is the thing that gives uranium? That with kimberlite. Oh, he's left. He has left me. So we will have to deal with the fact that we get both kimberlite and uranium. And then have to add the sulfur to the uranium. But at least it's like 1-to-1. Very small amounts of sulfur. Of sulfuric acid, to be specific. So that is 30. Only need 28.5, but you know, is what it is. Let's get the mine placed here. That says I need more than 3. I'll just do 5. That is that. I think that is that. Oh, you unassigned for whatever reason. Is it like that in my copy? No. Good. 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 So the reason I had to add a second one here is that each of these is only able to void 3.33 repeating per second, and it was making more than 3.3 repeating per second, just slightly. It's like 3.45, but that's still more than 3.33. So yeah, I had to add a second one no matter what, and then just to get 7.5 minimum on the output here, had to increase the number, and that brought it up to like way more than that. So 2 is fine for now. On that side of things, why did you not have the output? Hello? Must have misplaced the thing. Any-hoozles. 29 gas processing units is a few. Is a prime, which sucks. I think so, anyway. Yes, I can't do a single... I can totally do a single line of 29. I take that back. 1 by 29. Go. Do it. How much solid each one? Great. I feel a paw. I feel a paw in my back. Stretchies. Dolly stretchies. After the first 15... Ta-da! Da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Of course, I did the wrong line. There. Okay. I am ever so slightly dumb. Okay. I need to fix this part Yeah. That needs to be put back in. Okay. Now we're good. Now we're good. We weren't good at all before. Now we are good. Also, voiding. Voiding is good too. And then 24. Moving. And there's the sulfuric. So hey, actually something new. Woohoo. Something new. Oh boy, so theoretically that is 300 per second once all the water accrues and all the acid gas accrues on all these buildings. Why you no go? Just accruing the stuffs. Oh, do I need more than one? No, one is supposed to be fine. It's supposed to be 0.57. So the issue is insufficient items. Could we just remove these from the game as well? If we're talking about stuff that needs to be just completely removed from the game, yeah, these empty gas canisters, these little methanol canisters, yeah, they don't need to exist. I will adamantly say that these do not need to exist. There is a recipe that is already in existence that is this exact process with a methanol fluid input. That is an upgrade to not have to do this with the gas canisters. That is accessed at a later tech level it can be made accessible at this earlier tech level, and this can be completely removed. And save everyone's time. Now what? Oh, now we're just out of syngas. Yeah, now we're waiting for a train to arrive with more syngas. Yeah, that's gonna be, I think, the issue. The biggest issue. Well, now that we have that, I need the ammonia from the urea on that, and I think that we can do this now. Yeah. That's just the thing to do. How much stuff do I need? A lot. Are those eating chem plants? Guess not. Oh boy. I need stuff! I need iron. Iron! Give me the iron. Oh, something did eat chem plants. Great. So the agitators, I know, need melamine. And this offers a perfect opportunity to bring in melamine. Oh. Huh? Oh. Why, hello. Melalelamine. Agitators. Agitate. Agitation. Get moving up. Moving up. Stretching. There's our stuff for rare earth oxides. I need this to be at a source of omnite. So it will have to be here. That is the closest source for the Omnite. It's just that it's a little bit of a pain in that position. Because I want to try to keep this general vicinity, all the, want all the intersections to be able to have these in it, but it looks like we're good on that front. And hey, you know, that's good reason to have this little bend here. Cough, cough. Gives me room for when there's the occasional Omnite patch in that spot. This looks like a person. Head, shoulder, like neck region, like sitting down on things, hands. Really long fingers. Hands resting on a thing. Sitting on a slope. Alright, what do we need? Bunch of fluids. One solid, bunch of fluids. So we need 4 fluids. Okay. Get this guy. Which we don't need the whole thing. I'll make it 7.5. On the crude production. Swap the recipe to that. Just gonna reiterate my complaint about this using naphtha. When it is mineable from an ore node without needing the fluid. I don't think that this should be using a fluid, but it's not. It checks for the ore patch and the fluid that the ore patch uses. Actually, I don't know if it's checking that or if it is manually defined. I have to look actually if it's manually defining it somewhere with the actual mining fluid, or if it's looking up the mining fluid from the base or type. Okay, gotta make the naphtha. So, with that, we need crude oil. We need medium distillates. We actually need the high distillates from this. Let's see. Oh yes, this is a lot of stuff. Omniston, get your ass down here. This was urea. I didn't. I didn't steam when I should have steamed. Five. There it goes. Okay, voiding, I think is all these. Take the high distillates. Put them in there with gasoline. Gaso! And there's the rare earth ore. 5 of it. What we're not seeing here is all of the infrastructure that makes the Omniston, of course. It's a bit much. A bit. What? Why am I bad? You know, I'm just bad. I are just bad. These are useful for nothing. Okay, couple of these. Take the urea. Whenever I have some urea to deliver to make this stuff. Just to help start clearing out some of what we've done here. Right now we have the actual chain, so I need to get the organic solvent first, as well as the sulfuric acid. Ah, yes, I do also need a voiding line. We must void quite a few things, actually. Starts with this, filters stone, to the right, stacked. That takes the ore in. I'm not gonna hook this up until I am done with the build, because I may need extra space. We'll see. Nah, looks like we're good. And remember that every single one of these steps in this process is a productive process. It's all productive anyway. Absolutely everything in the game right now is set to take productivity modules, but my point is that even in vanilla, this is a productive process. So every step will gain productivity and is absolutely worth using even the lowest strength productivity modules on these, because it's, you know, this many steps. It adds up over all of the steps in the chain. And it acts as a form of a progressive upgrade for you. What are the rates? 0.5 and 0.5. So actually, these work. You know, just as you progress through the game and get stronger modules, you will get better and better things. Better and better output. Gravel to the right. Same dealio. You. Same dealio. Except it's all of your output, whole of 1 per second. 0.6 is the max throughput on these. And sulfuric acid is used twice in this process. It's also used here. This has a byproduct. This does not. This has a byproduct. You don't have any solids at all. You have a fluid byproduct that I didn't copy paste. You have a very low throughput byproduct. I don't think I can stack it at this moment in time. Yeah, I thought so. Glad I did not get caught by that. I have been caught by that in the past. It's not an insignificant amount of copper ore either. And this has iron oxide. power it all. Everything powered? Yes. Turn it on. The only thing that I shouldn't... Oh, I do. Okay. The only thing that I, shall I say, don't have hooked up is the ammonia yet. So there goes the ammonia. Bring that guy in there. Oh, I'm sorry, but what? Sigh. Sigh, 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 sigh. There. That should help. Okay, that's going. This was not connected. This is going. This is connected. Okay. Gonna make me some rare earth solutions. Which is connected here. That's gonna make rare earth concentrate. And that makes rare earth oxides. There they go. Has begun. All right, REO. Ta-da! We done. So that is a factory. That is definitely a factory. That makes 5 entire units of rare earth oxide. 5 whole units. With a not an insignificant amount of outside inputs on it. Not insignificant at all. So, what have we done today? We have gotten Moss Jane samples on the train network. We have set up retrovirus on the train network. We have set up cDNA on the train network in a very trace amount that is going to be used to make critters eventually. And then we have set up rare earth oxide on the train network. So we got a few factories. Oh yes, we set up sulfuric acid and then set up rare earth oxides. So a lot of the time today was spent sulfuric acid and rare earth oxide. The beginning of the stream was mostly spent talking, but also on expanding over here at Moss for Moss gene samples. And going over here for retrovirus. And here for cDNA, which will eventually move when I have existent amounts of empty petri dishes. We went here and set up sulfuric acid, and here to make rare earth oxides. That, I think, is a good place to end things off for the day today, folks. We are close enough to the end of the stream. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been a Dr. Show It. If you've enjoyed the stream, do all the social stuff below the video. I will be back on Tuesday to continue our work towards eventually getting Pi Science 2. I hope to see you all then.